In 1974, a Japanese soldier walked out of the jungle on a small island in the Philippines. He was still in uniform, his rifle still worked, and when they told him the war was over, he refused to believe them. His name was Hiroo Onoda. In 1944, he'd been sent to Lubang Island with a single order: hold your position, gather intelligence, and never surrender, no matter what you hear, no matter what you're told. His commanding officer made that order absolute. Not even a direct command to surrender should be trusted, unless it came from him personally. Then the war ended. Onoda didn't get the message, or rather, he got it and didn't believe it. For years, leaflets were dropped into the jungle explaining that Japan had surrendered. Search parties were sent in. Family members recorded messages begging him to come home. Onoda read the leaflets. He heard the messages, and he concluded every single time that they were enemy propaganda, an elaborate trick designed to lure him out so he could be captured or killed.
So he stayed. For 29 years he lived in the jungle, surviving on stolen rice, bananas, and the occasional cow. He and a few remaining comrades continued small skirmishes with local police and residents, believing they were still fighting a war that had ended before some of their own children were born. One by one, the other soldiers with him died or surrendered. Onoda kept going, alone. It wasn't leaflets or loudspeakers that finally reached him. It was a college dropout backpacking through Asia who found Onoda by accident and simply talked to him, soldier to soldier, human to human. Onoda told him something remarkable. He would only stand down if his original commanding officer came in person and gave the order. So they found him. Onoda's former commander, now an old man working in a bookstore, flew to the island and stood in front of the soldier he hadn't seen in 3 decades and gave the order to lay down arms.
Onoda saluted, and for the first time in 29 years, the war for him was finally over. He returned to a Japan he no longer recognized. The world had changed almost entirely without him, and somewhere in that jungle, he had spent nearly 30 years fighting a war that everyone else had already stopped fighting. If you had been the one dropping leaflets into that jungle, what would you have written to make him believe you?